How good does this look?
Oh, mamma mia!
When you're in the fish section and you go out, you smell the fish. It was good. Let's do one more. Hi, I'm Matt Moran, and welcome to Kitchen Tales. There's nothing I like more than catching up with mates while I cook for them in my kitchen, where all the best stories are told. Yeah, right.
Give me your hand.
There we go, like that.
There you go.
Even Matt Moran makes mistakes.
Makes mistakes, I do.
No!
So join us in the kitchen. I'm looking forward to sharing their kitchen tales with you. It's better than I thought, actually.
Look at that, the cat's helping.
So my next guest, I have to be honest with you, he's one of my best mates. He's an incredible person, an incredible painter. But what people don't know about Vincent Fantauzzo is that he used to be a chef. He's just arrived. I haven't seen him for over 12 months. We're going to talk food, painting, and motorbikes. I'll go and get him. Brother.
Mr. Moran.
You missed me. Hey, buddy.
I did miss you.
It's been too long. Mate, sit down. I'm cooking. Oh, I've been waiting for this one, Vinnie.
I'm sure you have.
Mate,
me too.
You know, because I just mentioned in the intro, which a lot of people don't know and don't understand. They see you as this incredible artist, which you are, and a great bloke, and a best friend. For those who don't know, there's an incredible story on Vincent, on Australian Story, which I appeared on, and it sort of
That's what made it incredible.
No, not at all. And it sums up Vincent and his childhood, because you know you're a very unique person. You know, you're one of the most talented people I've ever met in my life. How you can sit there and paint people and the detail, and you've painted me I think 3 or 4 times now. I've aged a little bit from the first one, I think, but the detail is just second to none, and I just don't get it because I can't even bloody draw a stick man, let alone a.
Well, there's a lot of things you can do that I can't. Cooking, you do better than I do.
Cook. You can cook because you know you.
And maths.
And
I'm not good at maths.
I'm good at maths, and I know what day it is.
Yeah, and I don't.
No, I know you don't. True. But you do cook at home because you know you've got 2 boys.
I do. We cook every night.
Yeah, every night, and I see you there with the boys cooking, and you're teaching them how to make pasta and bolognese and things like that.
Yep.
And I thought I'd go one step further. I've got a beautiful veal shank here, or shin, and I'm going to slow cook that. That's going to take about 4 or 5 hours. So we've got heaps of time, don't we? I'm going to give you a bit of a treat because we know that, well, I know your upbringing, you know, it was in a, what do they call it, in a commission home.
Yep.
Didn't have a lot.
Commission housing, yep.
And now you live pretty posh.
There was a lot of us living in one little concrete box.
How many people lived in the house?
Well, it varied at different times. There was a minimum of 5 in a 2-bedroom. Mostly there was about 7.
7 in a 2-bedroom house.
There was always someone staying with us that needed a place to stay.
Now I've made a little potato rösti. The burnt bits aren't burnt. They're onion.
It smells good too.
Yeah, but what I'm going to do, Vinnie, I'm going to grab it, buddy.
You know, people in commission housing eat a lot of potato. Is that why you prepared the
What's
potato
that?
dish?
Why?
People in commission housing eating a lot of potato.
Yeah, exactly. It's cheap. I got a little bit of caviar for you, buddy.
Oh, nice.
And I
stole some of that once.
Did you?
No.
I bet you bloody did, didn't you? And what we're going to do, we're going to have a drink. But because we're riding the bikes, I've got a special drink for us. And we're going to talk about Ducatis a little bit later. I've got here a little bit of sour cream or crème fraîche. And it's going to be just a little treat to start with. A little bit of egg. And that's just, these are all the trimmings you have with caviar.
So it's diced egg?
Diced egg yolk. And
egg white.
Egg white, sorry. God, see, I don't know everything's all right. It's been a long day. Oh, bit of caviar on top of that.
Wow.
Huh?
You know I'm allergic to caviar.
Good. Good. I don't have any issues.
It just makes me swell up.
Are you allergic to any?
No.
No. Right. And I'm just going to give you that one actually. And this is how posh people eat
with
caviar.
the spoon.
Yeah, well, you don't need the spoon really.
Why'd you give it to me?
Oh, just because it's easy to pick up.
Cheers.
Not bad.
That's incredible.
Not bad.
Yum.
All right. No, we ate the whole lot.
That is delicious.
I'm gonna put that down there. That's just a little, a little hors d'oeuvre. I need to get you a drink. I've got a spagliato drink for you. It's called spagliato. It's like a Negroni, and I know you love Negronis. Instead of using gin, some guy accidentally put sparkling wine in it, and spagliato means mistake. But because we're going on a bike ride a little bit later, we can't have any alcohol. So this is a non-alcoholic. It's made by Liars, and it is absolutely going off. They're selling
delicious
truckloads of it. I know in the pubs, and everyone that can't drink is just drinking heaps of this stuff. So it's nice and refreshing, just like a Negroni, but it won't make you crash.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
That's not a mistake.
That's not a mistake. So cheers, buddy.
Excellent.
That's yours, that's mine.
Cheers, big ears.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
That's good.
I'll tell you what, for not having any alcohol, it's bloody good, isn't it? I've got a hot pan there. I've just got my veal shank, some salt and some pepper, and I'm just going to start to colour that. I'm going to slow cook it for about 4 hours, and this is like a version of your bolognese, but another level. So rather than sort of using mince, you can actually braise this for a long time, and I'll show you. I've got one I've done earlier. We're going to cook some pasta, and we're going to have a bit of veal shank with pasta, and a little bit of gremolata over the top, and yeah, and then we're going to go for a ride.
I'm excited.
You love your Ducatis.
I do.
What are you riding?
I'm riding the Scrambler 1100 at the moment.
Yep.
It's just a beast.
A beast?
So much fun to ride.
I've got the new V4 Enduro S, and I haven't had a ride of it yet, but it's up there waiting for me, and I can't wait.
We could do swapsies.
We can do swapsies too.
Yep.
All right. So Vinny, you started. I want to hear the story. You started cooking, and how long were you in the kitchen for?
I think I was cooking until I was about 20, so early 20s. I was doing I was into the amateur boxing and kickboxing.
Yep.
So I would work in the restaurant at night, and I'd train during the day.
Did you take up fighting and boxing and that because you're working in kitchens?
I was going to say, I was so angry about working in a kitchen, I needed to vent. And I was okay at both of them.
Yeah.
But it's probably best I took up painting, something I'm a little better at, which gave me appreciation for people that can cook and have the knowledge like you have. I cook at home because then I get immediate glory and feedback from friends and family. But when you work in a restaurant, it's tough. You're slaving away in the kitchen, and you don't get that like you do here.
Yeah, I used to say, when I was a young chef, we were the dirty, smelly kids that, stunk out the back.
Did you ever go to a nightclub? And I remember going to a nightclub and someone said, I smell pizza. You're making me hungry. And I'm like, yeah.
Well, mate,
actually, it's me.
That's all right when you're in the pizza section, but when you're in the fish section and you go out, and people go, you smell fish. And we won't go on to Asha, but we all know, you're married to the beautiful and incredible actress, Asha. How did you meet her again?
Some chef bloke he was somehow friends with. It's a long story. How did I meet Asha?
How did you meet Asha?
So I was doing the 30 Portraits, 30 Days project.
Yep.
And I asked you who you find inspirational as an Australian. So you were one of the portraits.
Yep, that's right.
You suggested Asha.
Yep. No. Mate, you know that hot girl, Asha, I really want to paint her.
So you suggested Asha, and she turned up.
Asha was that hot girl that you asked me to ask.
So you suggested... I've had this story for years and years, and you've had your story for years and years.
So yours is different to mine.
Yeah, so
Right.
Better we keep my story because it makes me
Look better.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other
And
than
no
my
matter-
story looks as though that you had the hots with this girl, you really wanted to paint her, but she said no.
But who has to live with this story every day? Me or you?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I've sautéed some onion, garlic, white wine, tomatoes. Yeah. I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in there, just for sweetness. Do you ever put sugar in your sauces?
I always put sugar.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Thought I was teaching you something. All right, and then
Put
we're
all
going
sorts
to.
of things in there.
I'm going to put the veal back in, and I've got to.
Why do you put sugar?
Just to sweeten it up a little bit, because it's going to cook for a long, long time. The tomatoes are sweet, but it just sort of helps it a little bit.
Does it help with the acidity or something of the
Well,
tomato, or is that
Tomatoes
rubbish?
are quite acidic also, and I've chosen some sort of little not egg tomatoes, little cherry tomatoes, which have got more acidity in it. So I just need to balance it with the sugar.
Nice.
So that's all in there. I put a little bit of
Interesting
salt,
facts.
and I'm going to whack a lid on it, like that. And I'm going to put it in the oven for about 4 hours, and then after 4 hours,
Wow, it changed colour.
change colour. And look at this. Look at that, it's just falling off the bone.
Wow,
Look at that.
That's amazing.
I'm going to pull a little bit of that out. Look at that.
I mean, you could use that all week long.
Mate,
couldn't you?
all week long. And you know, you just sort of break it all down. I don't like to break it down too much. And I just want to keep that.
Make a nice sanger.
Make it great sanger.
Could make a pie.
Make a pie, veal pie. So that to me is pretty much ready. In fact, I'm just going to grab that bone marrow.
My mouth is watering.
I'm just going to pour that straight back into that mix and just let that break down. Because that's the best.
Yeah, people are afraid to talk about art. Like, you know, people often say, when I say I'm an artist, and they say, oh, I know nothing about art.
Yeah.
But art is, you know, art's for everyone. Art's, you know, all kids are artists. Everyone's creative. But there's some, you know, has to change somehow.
So what was the change from food into art?
I needed something where I didn't have to read, being dyslexic, to tell you the truth. No, I just felt my most natural language to communicate or to express myself was drawing, and mainly drawing as a kid, and painting, and you know, food was something I learnt. You know, obviously I had the learning disability with dyslexia, and I found it very difficult to learn at school, which is the reason I left school very early. But cooking is something I learnt at home with the family. So I just watched, and you learn to taste things, and you learn that goes with that, and so you don't have to use a. It did cause a problem when I started working in a restaurant though, because if there was a, you know, if I cooked it a different way, I couldn't read the ingredients.
Yeah, right. So you had to do by
There was a lot of guesswork. Taste,
guesswork.
yeah.
And
No complaints.
no complaints. No, that's the thing with food, is it's always about taste too. You just got to keep changing it if you want. All right. So I'm going to have a light one and a dark one. We're going to have a big meal, and then you and I are going to go for a bit of a squirt on the bikes.
Delicious.
And
Both delicious.
and then we'll come back and we can have another lie, or we can have a real Negroni.
No, let's stick to this.
Yeah. No. Look at that.
For all you vegetarians out there.
Nothing more than vegetarian. No. Look, you know what? Food's changed. You know, like we, you know, all our restaurants have a lot more vegetarian food, and you know, I think over the years it's actually really pushed chefs to actually be more creative.
So you don't discriminate like
No,
you used
not at
to.
all. No. 20 years ago, you give them a plate of broccoli. But, you know, even at home, I try and have at least one night a week, which is vegetarian.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I'm just going to put a little
One
bit,
night a week.
one night a week, a little bit of cheese on top,
Oh yeah.
and just a little bit of gremolata. Look at that. Oh, yeah. How's that?
See, I feel selfish not sharing this with the whole family. It's that kind of meal.
Yeah, I know. You know, but we can take a
But
photo
you know what?
and send it to them.
They'll survive.
All right, mate, that's yours and mine.
That one's bigger.
All right.
Were you like that when you were growing up?
Yeah, I was like that.
take a
Always
big
got
plate.
the biggest.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right. Ready to go, Vinny? I'm going to come over there, buddy. Hey, Fred.
Which one's mine?
The big one.
Thank you.
How good does this look?
Oh, mamma mia!
Yum. Look
Wow.
at that.
This was worth waiting
You
4
didn't
hours
have to wait that
for.
long. Oh, yeah. Oh,
That is delicious.
Good
And
with
the
the lemon.
tomato's still fresh.
but the lemon on top too, yeah?
Yep.
Mate, we'll get a couple of big spoonfuls of this and let's go for a spin. And we can come back and finish the rest of that pot, I reckon.
Let's go hooning and come back and have some Negronis and pasta.
We'll go down to the beach and have a look. We'll do a couple of wheelies. That's what's good about the Enduro, you know. You can do long rides really easy. Yeah. And it's just made for comfort. You can plug your phone in, listen to music.
Gee, I ate that quickly.
Mate, should we go for a spin
Let's do it.
before that rain comes? Buddy, great to have you here. Love ya. I miss you.
Let's do it.